Hey y'all, so welcome and welcome back. Krista here. We are going to set up my plotter, finally. So I've been playing around with the setup, but I literally just got the final bit of plotter things maybe about 30 minutes ago. So I figured we would pop on here, do a setup, and I'm gonna post this right away because I know I said I would do it after the last video I posted, and it's been a couple days. Drinking some afternoon coffee to get me through. It's about 2 in the afternoon, 2:15, and I have therapy in 45 minutes. So I figured I would do a video, talk to my therapist, and then post the video, get back to work, and hopefully have a relaxing night. Actually, I need to clean up all my stationery. So that's what I'm gonna do tonight. I have been working like a crazy person, and 3 more days and I'll be on the other side of this deadline. So anyway, let's get into this. So the plotter, if you saw my last video, you already know about my work planner, which is the Sterling Ink Common Planner. And I have about, let's see how many pages we have. I have about this much left, so not a lot. And, you know, we're just coming up on the end of April, so I know this is going to be gone before the end of May. Probably sooner. I feel like it's gonna be sooner. Like this I think I can get through this in the next couple weeks. So I had to come up with a new work planner setup. And I decided that because I use my work planner mostly for note pages, that I didn't want to keep buying this beautiful planner. Or notebooks like it, because I literally am going to throw it in the trash. And I don't even use my fountain pens in here. I hardly ever use my fountain pens in here. I tend to just grab one of these pens. So basically, I just need something that I can have lots of paper, and then I can take the paper and throw it away, refill it. So I was just thinking more long term. So that's when I stumbled upon this beautiful plotter that I found on Marketplace, in one of the Facebook buy sell trade groups, and it was in pristine condition, pristine, and gold rings. So I feel blessed. So, but let's get into setting it up, and then I'm going to show you some of the inserts that I got. I showed you some in the last video, but then I ordered a couple more things from Jet Pens, and these inserts aren't really to be used right now. They're undated, so I can use them now, but they're probably going to be for 2026 and 2027 because I kind of stocked up, which I feel okay about. So let's get into this. Now, when I was playing around with this, I mean, let me just show you for reference. We love a chunky situation. The fluff just is so comforting. This is my everyday carry. I'll continue to use this. We'll talk more about this because I'm about to refresh the setup and switch the covers because I have other Filofax covers that I can use. All of my vintage babies. But anyway, love the fluff. Cannot do that in this. These are 11mm rings, and you really have to be intentional about what you put in this thing because you can't put everything, and it's so tempting. You have to get used to just having a few pages in there at a time, taking them out, putting them elsewhere, and then adding some more refills. So it was just a lot of that as I was playing around with it. But let's just see what we can get in here, and let's just get started. So I showed you this. This is the page. It's the pen holder with the lifter. So I have this. I'm going to put this in the front because I want to have something to put my sticky notes on for now. I do need to get a page lifter for the back. Actually, I just ordered something. I ordered this. So I wonder if this should go in the front. I think I'm gonna put this in the front. This just came. I didn't get the page lifter with bands, but I did get this. So I'm thinking I can put this in the back now, because that's where I originally was thinking about having this. And then this can go in the front, like my dashboard to put sticky notes on. So we'll put that in the back. Another thing that came with the planner, I have all of my stuff here that I want to put in here. Another thing that came with the planner was this Platter 2025 calendar. I didn't anticipate using a calendar in here, but now that it's in here, I really like it. So that may show up again in 2026 because I don't need a monthly and a weekly. I think I would prefer a monthly at this size because the boxes are pretty big and I can write all of my meetings. I wonder if the light is gonna let me be great. So I can write, sorry, I haven't figured out the lighting for this setup just yet. But anyway, the boxes are big enough where I can put my meetings in here. I can just list them, and I think that will be good. I don't need to necessarily have a weekly. I definitely need a daily. Weeklies are optional for me, but as long as I can write my appointments somewhere where I can see them, I think I'm okay. So I actually like the monthly in the A5. So I will put that in. I got this printable from someone named planbyjaisla.com. I'll put it in the description box, but this was an 8.5 by 11 that I scaled down, I think 68% for A5. If you Google like scaling down printables to fit your planner, you'll find somebody with a list and they'll tell you what you need to put in your printer options. So I scaled this down, and then I also had to do a little trimming in the edge just so that it wouldn't get too trapped up in there. But this is just a goals workbook. I like it because you write down your big 6 goals, the little action steps for each of them. So I'm going to fill that out. And then the year in review. I'm probably going to do the year in review as the year goes on. Or put sticky notes in the back for some of these because, you know, my memory, I'm old. So we're going to put that in there. I want that to be in the front so it's like I can review the goals daily. So we have that. We have the monthlies. Let me take this off. And then we have, oh, this is another thing planned by Jaisla. This is like a monthly reset, so I was going to fill this out. I was going to do it for May, but it could be like a standing list. Like, there are things that I need to do as I close this project up Wednesday for my client and just kind of recalibrate. Usually when I come off of a big or a long, and this has been an extended sprint since like November, I take a pause and we clean up the insides of the business, like just to see what worked in our systems, what didn't, and then we fix them up. So this could be like a standing reset that I do every month with cleaning up things, or it could just be specific for May. We'll see. Again, this was 8.5 by 11, but I resized it 68%, I believe. So I want that in there. And then I have these project folders from Platter, and I went ahead and put some stickers on them. Sorry, I did that without you. Sorry, so sorry. But I just took the Traveler's Notebook stickers pack from this year and I just decorated these. And then inside I put some of the insert paper I showed you last week. It's just the Platter blue paper, some white Ashford paper, and then the Platter line paper. I also got today some plain paper, which I realized I didn't have any, so I bought one. So I'm gonna take some of these out. I love the Platter inserts because they come in these little blocks. They remind me of watercolor paper blocks. And then you just rip out what you need. Again, can't be ripping out a lot because you can't put a lot in here, but I do want to have a few sheets, so like 3 sheets. Pop that in there. And this folder is primarily for work notes. And we'll see how that goes because I write a lot every day for work. It's usually just getting stuff out of my head. So we're going to use that for work notes. I'm still very much using up all of these pages, so I will not be abandoning this book. But yeah. So I put some work notes there. And let's see what else. I'm going to put the stuff back in the packaging. I should have said that this is probably going to be a long video because life is whatever it is, you know. But I do want to put stuff back because I have to, right after therapy today, I am going to inventory all of my Platter stuff and make a list because during this second order, I accidentally ordered something that I already have and it's project manager. Like I had another pack of these and these are meant to last for a long time, or at least I was going to use them perpetually. So now I have an extra pack, but that's okay because I have plenty of, what do you call these? Personal size planners. So it'll be okay, but I don't want that to happen again. And it keeps happening. So let's see what else I have here. I did a few things. I have some pages. I think I may not do that. So I wanted to, I mean, this is mainly functional, but I just want to make sure that I have some pretty things in here too. So I don't think I need that. I did want to put in, so to pretty it up and to like make some separation between public health work and then artwork, I'm using these project folders. So this is a project folder for my studio. I added the Travelers Company stickers. Yes, I'm using my stickers, but I bought 2 packs, so I'm starting to do that now. Buy 2 packs of everything so I can just get the experience of using the sticker. And then my second pack, I plan on scanning and then being able to print and use it for my own personal use and still save the stickers for years to come. But I did use the actual sticker here from the Travelers. This is the Tokyo pack. This is a stationery store in Chicago called Paper and Pencil. It is the cutest thing ever. And this is their logo. It's like a pencil flag. And I got a few of these and I just love them. I wish they could just send me a box of them because I would use them everywhere. Even though my name doesn't start with a P. But still. I thought that was cute. And then I have a Baumkuchen Trust the Process washi sticker here. And then this is just like a little brass clip that I've had for years. And it just says CD Studio so that I know that that's what I'm working with. So I wanted that to go in there, but I was like, I just didn't want a notebook full of folders and folders and folders and folders. I wanted to have some breathing room. And some like little reminders. So this is something that I used to put, that I had in my B6 Mr. Darcy, and it wasn't hole punch. It was just something that I stuck inside the book to have something pretty to look at. And it's just a piece of paper laminated with a line from one of my favorite poems by Mary Oliver. And this is just some floral graphic that I got from either I bought it or something like that years ago. This is from years ago, like 2017, 2016. And then on the back, I put, actually it's not from years ago. This has to be, I made this in 2020. That's probably when I made it because this is my original artwork that I put on here. And I feel like I made this right before lockdown. So I think I made this in 2019. That's my little girl. Anyway, and then that clipping is like a vintage clipping. I mean, it's like 80, 90 years old in the back, the original. Anyway, so, and it's all raggedy. So I put some washi tape on it. But I said, oh, let's just hole punch it and put it in here. And it's something to look at. And to remind me that when it, like, I want to orient my life where I spend the majority of my time making art. And I have to remind myself of that. Right now it's about 50-50 art and public health, but I really want to get it to 100 for making art. But anyway, so I put that there. And then I went and got, I think I showed you this. Wait, where is it? From the, what do you call that? The Atlanta Pen Show. I bought some stationery. I like to keep my box full of stationery so I can write notes and stuff. This is just like lined stationery, but on the back it had this beautiful pattern. I don't know if you can see that. So I just said, oh, let's just hole punch that, put that right there. So my plan is to write out the full poem here, and then you can come here and then you see the quote, and it's just something really pretty to look at, and it looks really good. Sorry for the glare. So then you turn, and then I'm like, what else? I had another one here. Oh, and then I had, was it this one? Oh no, I want it here. And then I just added another sheet of paper. I mean, they're really thin. And then I put a photo of this hotel I stayed in the first time I went to Paris. It's called 7 Hotel. It's a boutique hotel. And it had just opened a couple months prior. It's gorgeous. It was such a good time. That bed was amazing. It was so beautiful. It was such, I love boutique hotels. And when they're boutique and 5-star, you just want to be there. So just want to remind myself of that time, that first time going to Paris. Like I said, I've been 5 times. And I'm due for another visit. So I put that there. So that's nice. And then I have one more folder, which I put a Coffee Monsters Co. sticker on here. And this project folder, I'm going to use this one for mapping out the Substack and other creative projects that I want to do. So I just needed that reminder as I go about making stuff. And then this is just a special delivery sticker that I got from Atlas back in December when I did my little birthday haul. So I have, the folders are in place, and then we have to add some more stuff. So up here in the front, I wanted to make sure that I have, actually we should probably put this in the back. We could probably put it back here. I just want to make sure that I had pin test page. Actually, should it go here? Actually, maybe it should go all the way in the back. All the way in the back. Now that I have this here. So I just did a couple. This paper is delicious. I can't even explain. The plotter paper is everything. And it's Tamori River paper. But I tested out a bunch of pens. My Muji pens. Uni One. That was a good experience. I love the Uni One pen, but I don't like the way it feels on this paper. So you can see I love this one. So I put a little check by it to remind me that the Muji 0.38 and 0.5 work great. Don't like the Uniball P1s in here. The Energel Clina is okay. The 0.38, but I think the 0.5 is the best one. And I actually didn't do a test with the 0.5 because my pen hadn't come yet. I'm gonna take off my bracelet. Let me see. Yeah, I still don't like the way the Energel feels in here. It just feels poppy. So it's not a good pen for the plotter for me. I think Muji is the best, and the Uni Jetstream is just perfection. period. So I have quite a few yet uni jet streams. I have this one that I just got, Hello Kitty. I just did a jet pins order, by the way. But then I also have my like 4-in-1, 5-in-1 or whatever. You got it. So the Pilot Vanishing Point, this is a fountain pen. It does really well with fountain pens. Also the Sarasa gel clips are really good here. So I'm happy with that. And it takes all of the Tombos. It does not like these stickers that I like these little, I'm finally using my Superior Labor case. It does not like my faves, these little things here. So, no go. That's fine. You gotta learn, you know, so it doesn't like that. Yeah, so I got a pen test so you can see the stamps it doesn't like. But everything else is amazing. I mean, it's really great. And then I did a page for my fountain pens, the ones that are currently inked. So it takes all of the fountain pens. I mean, there's nothing going on here. Bring you down. Like, there's nothing going on. I mean, it's wonderful. So, good with the fountain pens. Not that I use fountain pens when I'm working, but who knows? I might get better. So I'll put that back there. I also wanted to put in, even though I don't require weeklies, Platter has this paper that I bought. It's called a grid, a chart grid, but it has space for 7 days of the week. So you could theoretically use this as a weekly. I started playing around with, oh man, what was it? What was I doing here? Oh, making like little habit trackers where you pick a habit, right? And put it in the box, and then you just write out 1 through 30 for the dates, and then use a zig clean color dot marker to make a little, to highlight the day that you worked on that particular thing. So my plan is to do that for work. So they're like admin things for my public health business, admin things for my art studio. There's planning days when I'm like planning a project. There's deep work writing days when I'm doing deep work. There is, what else? Studio days. So I'm just gonna write out a couple things that I want to habit track, and then for the days that I do that thing, highlight it. I'll show you when I set it up, but I did practice it on a piece of this paper and it came out great. So I wanted that in there. I wanted to put somewhere in this section, probably after the goals breakdown, some of this blue paper. This paper is good for prioritizing like what needs to happen. You can use this as like with the Eisenhower matrix for like urgent, important, that kind of thing. So I think that'll be good there. Oh, my food log, which I wasn't really doing a good job with it, but let's just start a new week because it is a new week. And I'm going to put this towards the back though. I'm going to put it here. Yeah, I'll just put it in between so it looks, so it gets a like special prominence. So this is just the meal planner. I'm only using these because it came with the bundle that I bought and I want to use up all my stuff. All right, where are we? Okay, now let's add in some other functional things. I want to, functional and pretty. Okay, functional and pretty. This is just a piece of paper from Rifle Paper Co. I've had this pad forever. And I'm just jotting some stuff down on the front. So let's just put that in the front. And then I want to pop in this so I can make a little dashboard. It's not as pretty, but on this I have some sticky notes. Let's see. I have some sticky notes here, and then I have a folder. So I have this sticky note. Just put here, nothing fancy. I actually think it looks better on the black, but whatever. We're going for function. So I have those sticky notes, and then I have these sticky notes. I'll put this on this side. And it's just a cute little, actually is that not even? Because it's gonna drive me insane. Get in there. Get on a line. Get yourself together. Okay, that's fine. And then I can put this here, and this is just sticky notes. And hopefully they will stay stuck. The good thing about putting it on this is that I can take this out, and then as I'm working, I can have the sticky notes beside me. So what I have in here is just some stickers. Ooh, I gotta put that in there. But these are just some Hubman and Chub Girl stickers, some Coffee Monsters Co. stickers, just some stickers. And pop them in there. And then to keep everything together, I just have a paper clip so it doesn't fall out. And it's probably better if I put it in the back, but I like looking at it. If I put it in the back, it won't slide out, but I like looking at this. So I also, this is some sticker release paper from the Travelers Company. You know, when they give you the sticker pack for the year with these. I just keep all of these sticker release papers now from all my stickers. I don't throw them away because you can do this. Hole punch it, pop it in there, and now you have stickers on the go. I do this now with everything. Thanks to Helen of the Coffee Monsters Co. and Sleepy Notes Club. That's where I got the idea from. So okay, we have some functional stuff. This, we have our goals, we have our monthly, we have some sheets for planning out what gets done first, second, and third, what doesn't need to be done. So I have that. Reset, a weekly, but this is actually going to be a tracker for work-related things. And then my project folder. So this will be for work, client notes. The good thing about having this too is that now when I do flip throughs with you, I don't have to worry about covering anything up because it's like, you just put the client notes in here and then you know that they're client notes. You can't see them. I just have this paper. I'm gonna write a poem on here. And then this is the quote from the poem that I'm like, is there anything else that I want to go in here? This is for the, oh, you know what I wanted to do? I did not want, I wonder if that's what I had here. No, I didn't have this. I don't want this here. I was like, wait a minute, it doesn't look right. Because I've thought about this. Oh, this, because I didn't want to see this. I don't want to see the meal planner thing because it's just so random to be in my work notebook, but that's what I did here. I did this. So now it's like, did I do this? No, I didn't do that. That doesn't look good either. I can't remember how I organized this. This is what I organized. That looks good. And then maybe ciao. I don't know. I did have a thought about this. I did think about this, but I do like the way that looks. Maybe I wanted it like this. Yeah, I think I wanted this like this. Yes, because I wanted to write the poem. Yeah. Okay. So that's fine. And then I'll just put my meal plan stuff back here. And then I can write some like affirmations or something about, or goals for why I'm eating well and treating my body well. That's fine. Okay. Oh, so now let's go back. So I was going to, I think I said this, I have to track my client calls, and the Platter people have this paper where you can track, like their lined paper is really nice. It has numbers going down the side all the way to, I don't know if you can see this, all the way to 31. So theoretically I could just write down, like section this out and then write down my meetings. I could also just cut it in half and then just insert it. But I really enjoyed using the Kubo and Lucy little inserts. So I'm just gonna stick with that. What I did was I pulled them out of my personal size planner because that's where my work stuff was. And I just decided to keep them in here. And you can see it's already punched for personal size, right? But you can still put them in here in A5. It hits all of the circles except for this one right here, but it's fine. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm probably gonna do it next year too. Because Kubo and Lucy, these are freebies. Let me show you. So these are freebies, and it's just a piece of paper here, and then I put my client stuff, and then I highlight it once it hits the tracker, because I do send a tracker to my client to verify, you know, all the time, because a lot of this time is technical assistance time. So I'm just gonna pop these, and I don't have to keep these in here now. I can probably get rid of them because they've all been processed, but it is a cute little thing. So if it becomes a problem, I will take it out. Like the April meetings, for example, I haven't processed any of those, so that's why they're not highlighted, but we're gonna be doing it this week because we got an invoice, child. It's time to invoice. I'm invoicing today, and then I'll invoice the meetings and stuff at the end of the week. And then I just have it through June, but I've printed them all out. And the Kubo and Lucy, it's just blank on the back, so I put a Peanuts Planner Co. freebie. I did it in Adobe Pro because you can rearrange the pages and things like that and add things. So that's what I did for each of those. So I like that. It's like a little something, right? So that is functional. So let's just go over this because we're done here. Let's just go over it. And then I'll show you some of the other inserts that I got. And to keep this stable, I decided, because, you know, the same company that owns Traveler's Company also owns Platter. So that's what it's looking like on the front with the little clip holding the folder. When I get my bands, I'll put a band here. And then the pen, I am going to put this one in. The sleeve fits all of the Uni Jetstream pens and the Energel Cleaner one. I think because I love this pen body, I think I'm gonna switch around the insert so that I get a Uni Jetstream and an Energel Cleaner pen body. So pen is here, clip is there. I get to look at this beautiful clip, and then I will get the band. I've seen people in the Reddit put like the little Traveler's Company band that goes over the notebook, so it's thin. So I may experiment with those as well too, because those come in all different colors, but we'll see what I get from this Etsy seller. So this is what my platter looks like. A5 Pueblo leather brown. Open it up, and this is, see, look at this. I didn't have it in properly. Let's do that one more time. Act right. Act right. Oh, that's why, because I had it over here. And I like it in the middle, so I gotta figure out. Okay. All right, welcome to my platter. Okay. Open it up, and ta-da, we have our sticker folder in this little pouch. We have piece of paper. These sticky notes, these grids, I wrote it down for you from Poketo. I wrote it right here. And then we have sticker releases, so all the Coffee Munches Co. stuff, mostly me sitting down at my laptop, burning my eyeballs out. We have one of these page markers, which this is basically going to be my dashboard. I'm not going to mark any pages. I'm going to use some little clips to mark my pages. I'll show you in a second. So we got some post-it notes here, post-it notes here, post-it notes punched here. I could also put some photos in here, but whatever. A goals workbook. Want to see my goals every day. And then we have our monthly calendar with a little bit of happiness in between, which is the Kubo and Lucy free printables in personal size, printed in personal size. Wait, where's March? What happened to March? Where is March? March is misbehaving. Do I have March somewhere over here? Oh, here you go. And March was a doozy. Oh, gosh, March Madness. So I just insert those for tracking client meetings. I'm going to go back and back plan all of my dates and stuff. So the next time you see this, this will be filled out. Because I don't know about you, but seeing planners that are not filled out, sometimes it's just like, what are y'all doing? No judgment, no judgment. If you would want to decorate your planner and not use it, it's totally fine. I am not going to judge you, girl. But I do have to write things in here because I just, you know. So we have that. And then we have some nice blank paper, which this came with the monthly calendar. I think I'm going to start doing some quarterly reviews on here, just writing out what worked, what didn't. And then that way it's attached to the calendar. Also can like track wins and things for the month. I got some planning pages here for prioritizing. And then a monthly reset. This is what a weekly would look like. But I also have some weekly inserts that I wanted to show you. Let me close up this folder. Just has some pages in it. This is the client notes folder section. This is where I'm going to write my Mary Oliver poem. To remind me, tell me, what is it that you plan to do with your wild and precious life? Like, I need perspective, Mary. Oh, bless your soul. It's my artwork. This is my art section. So this will be all about planning for my studio. And then some more pretty to look at. I'll probably put some goals here for wellness and taking care of myself generally. And that's inclusive of eating really well. And then I have this project folder where I want to dream about this stationery Substack that I want to start. And then pen tests, more pen tests. And I use that grid paper, chart grid paper from Platter to do the pen test. And then a page lifter and a pen. And then we have this pocket in the back. And in this pocket in the back is this, I've had this Hobonichi. I've been using this since 2021. And this has been like an inbox of like all the random things. And I periodically will go through and circle things that I'm like, oh, I still need to do that 3 years ago. But I'm going to keep using it because these things are wonderful. And I have plenty of pages. This could take me through the next 5 years. But this is sort of like a catch where I just need to, like, there are times when I'm sitting down and I'm like, I just need to empty my brain of all the to-dos. So I'll just write them here and then process them. And then I have some little Polaroids. Some little mini Instax of myself. Oh, she's a cutie. She's a pretty girl. That's my face. I actually think I am very pretty. That's just me. Listen, you should think you're pretty too. So that is it, friends. That's my plotter, baby. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I love it so much. And I am going to use it, and then I'll give you updates on it because I want you to see how it's, you know, being used and how it's working well with my everyday carry, and how, you know, there isn't overlap between the two at all. And but I'm very, very happy with this. Let me show you some of the other inserts that I got that I didn't show you in the last video. Oh, that's the last thing I wanted to do. Sorry, this is a long video. So there's some stationery things that I've gotten that I'm like, they are the best, and they are sustainable. They last forever. You don't need to rebuy them. I think it was like several years ago, it could have been 2020, 2021, I bought a pack of these, just one pack, 8 of them, and I still have them. I still use them. They're all over in my notebooks, different places, but there were only 8. One of them is right here. And I decided when I did a JetPens order to get more of these, and I decided to get the chrome ones and the copper ones, but these are like the best thing. They're by Midori. And they are just, it's just one of those things where you're like, okay, that's a good buy. That's a good buy. So let me just show you how it works if you haven't seen it. And I have some dividers that I'm gonna experiment with in here, but because you have very little space in these platter rings, the less you have to put in here, the better. And I just want to be reminded of a couple key pages. So not that I need to tab the first page, but the goals section. And then I would tab the month that we're in. And the way that I do my tabs is I like to tab the page that will take me to the page. So I'm not going to tab April. I'm going to tag March. I don't know if you can see that. And then when I turn it, I'll be in April. So that's how I like to do my tabs. So I like those. And then I think another page that I would want to tab is this blue page, because this will be where all the priorities are for the week. Like this is what's important, this is what's not. And then you can also put them at the top. So I'll probably experiment with putting that at the top. And then I want to tab my meal planner so I don't forget that. And I think I'll put the meal planner one on the bottom. This will be right in my face. So I don't know if you can see that. You can put them on the side. So I like those a lot. And they don't take up much, so I don't know if you can see. It's just very delicate. It is time for me to go to therapy, so I have to wrap this up, friends. And then when you open the book, you can see them. So that is pretty much it. I do have a couple inserts, but I have to go to therapy, and I'm gonna continue this video when I come back. So let me go to therapy. Bye. And I'm back from therapy. I love my therapist, and it's a good session. Okay, where was I? So that is my plotter setup. I am very excited about this. Again, I'm probably going to be posting some videos more frequently now that my work sprint is about to be done, and because I do want you to see all this stuff filled out, and like it just, you know, let us see some planners that are written in and being used. Glory. So, but before I go, I want to show you some of the inserts that I got. You saw from my last video that I ordered a few of the platter inserts, but a couple of the new things that just arrived today was, of course, this little page flag thing. I already showed you this. So that arrived today. I'll show you a few other goodies. So I got some plain paper, like I said, because I didn't have any. And I didn't need to get the Platter paint paper, but I just decided to get some. And then once I run out, I'm probably just gonna start using my Kikuyo business paper because I have reams of it, and just cut it down, punch it, and let it be. So I got those. I got I got a bunch of stuff for my other, I guess most of it was for my personal size planner. This one isn't, so I'll show you this. So friends and family, I was so close, and I'm still very close, I got this, to getting a Platter narrow. This is the narrow size Platter paper. And just to show you the size, so this is a narrow, and this is an A5 Platter. So it's a very small size. I would liken this to the Hobonichi week size. And let me show you what it looks like against the personal size. So this is my personal size planner, Filofax, personal size. This is the A5 Platter, and then this is the narrow. So I'm super close to getting me a Platter narrow, but I am trying very hard to restrain myself because I already know what I would use it for, and I think I'm still gonna get it, but I just wanna enjoy this for now and wait a little while. Maybe I can find a pre-loved one. I feel like Platter is going to be in my ring bound family. So I know for sure I want the narrow one, and I like the 5th year anniversary personal size one, Bible size one, that green one with the letterpress in it. It's so pretty. I'm hoping that when I go to Japan, I can just find it somewhere. But anyway, I think the narrow would be the best option for me to add first, because it's unlike this size by a lot, and it's still different from my personal ring size, which I really like the personal size. I don't want to switch out of that, but I would have a specific use for the ToDos, for the Platter narrow. So I went ahead and bought some inserts just so I can test out the size, and here's what I'm planning to do with it. I'm going to use it in my A5. Kind of like this idea where you just add a piece of paper to kind of help you. So I was just going to, I'm adding it here. No, I think I'm adding it here. Right? And I gotta be careful because we have reached capacity, baby. Platter is saying don't put more than 80 sheets of paper up in here. I don't know how many I have in here, but baby, I love their ToDos because look at this. I don't know if you can see. But in the ToDos, you can write your to-do, and then you have like a little tick box. You can either color in these little spaces, right? Each one of these squares, there are 4 squares to get to the big square, or there are 8 squares, but you can do 2, 2, 2, and like map out your project. Or you can just draw a line. I think they show you how to do it here. I've seen people online do it different ways. You see how you can just draw the line. I've used it drawing the line. I think that's what I'm probably gonna do. But I also like the idea of coloring it in too. But these ToDos will come in handy for project planning. So my plan was to, and again, you don't need to have so many in here. That's the thing about Platter. It's like, girl, put 1 sheet in there and let it go. But again, this is Bible size or personal size. So all of the holes, only 5 of the holes are gonna go. And that's perfectly fine. I can just pop it right there. And then now when I open up my Platter in the morning, look at this, see if there's anything on the inbox, and then go straight to like, okay, scan the projects to see, you know, where we are, take a minute to reflect on my goals. Oh, sorry. Take a minute to reflect on my goals and then kind of like get to work, right? So that's how I envisioned it, but So I got some of these just so I can start playing with the narrow. I've seen people planning in this size. I don't know if I could plan in this size. I just want a narrow so I can make lists. I know, sounds crazy, right? An expensive list maker, but my favorite section of my planner is, you already know. My favorite section is this section. The trackers and the lists, baby. Can you imagine just having a book of lists? It would be so wonderful. Like, just all of this is just lists. Just like, and you just got a book where you're like, put it in my list, and I got a list for everything under the sun. So that's what I would love to use a Platter Narrow for. But in the meantime, I'm just going to get my fix by using the actual paper. And if a good deal shows up in the Facebook group, Buy Sell Trade group, I may hop on it. I want the Pueblo leather, but in the beige color, so the natural one, so it can look kind of like how this looks. But I would take, you know, I'll take the black one. I mean, whatever, but I do want the narrow, so I bought these. What else did I get? Everything else I got from Platter is for this book, so we can talk about it later. I just got some ToDos, same deal, but got them for the personal planner. I got some dot grid paper. Again, don't I have dot grid paper? Girl, what is wrong with you? Oh no, I think this is from my original stash. Okay, that's from my original stash. Okay, because I was like, this is open. Oh, I bought some blue paper though for my personal size because that blue paper is everything. And then last but not least, the other new thing that I got from Platter is, look at how cute this is. Oh my God. It's tiny little paper. Don't be mad. Watch what I'm about to do. Just take a few sheets here. Boopity boop. Boop. Okay, I gotta stop putting too much stuff in here because I feel like we've reached capacity, legitimately. Oh, that's another thing that I didn't show you. So this Bible size, actually, let me see, because I had to trim my Kubo and Lucy inserts, but I think you're gonna have to trim them either way. You have to trim them just a tiny bit so that it doesn't get in the way of the rings. So you have to decide what you want to trim. I think I'm going to bring it closer to the top and then trim a tiny little bit off of the bottom. It doesn't bother me, I mean, because it just sits right on top of the ring. I don't know if you can see that. It sits right on top of the ring, but I can go in and just trim without. But that's something to note. I don't think it does that. It doesn't do that in your personal size. Like, it fits the personal size perfectly. Let's test out that theory. And I don't think we have any problem with this here. Yeah. So it is made for the personal, which is really great. So I'm gonna do some reorging of this, come back for another video because we're gonna switch covers. But anyway, this is about Platter. Okay, so let me show you this cute little paper because I got nothing to do. Look at that! Ow! Wait, it's still stuck together in like a, let me not do that. Definitely unstick the paper first. Okay, there we go. It's so cute. Love it. And you know what you could put on here? Like little affirmations, little reminders. I mean, you could do whatever, but it's super cute. Such a Japanese planner girly thing to do. Oh, what happened here? Guys, I gotta pay attention. That was a mess. I know that was stressing you out. It was stressing me out. But that's it. I think that is, actually that's not it. It's not it. This is a long video. I don't even know what's gonna happen. The last thing I got was a whole bunch of stuff from, what do you call that place? JetPen. So it's not Platter specific, but it was for the Platter. And I'll just quickly show you. I'm not going to open these. We'll talk about them another time. But this is a bunch of Vinci Inserts, another Japanese brand. And they work well in all your planners, like if you get the appropriate size. Like this is pocket size, so 6 rings, and this is just some note paper. It's just lined note paper, just like that picture right there. But what I like about this, and I'll open just one of them, the Da Vinci, and this is why I snatched them up when I saw that they were back in stock, because they do go out of stock quite often from JetPens, is this. I don't know if you can see, but these are green lines, like army green lines. Like how delicious is that? So that is the feature that I really wanted to have. So I bought some lined paper, and you get, how many you get in here? I think you get about, don't quote me girl, go to JetPens and find out. I have no idea. This is all in Japanese. I have no idea how many you get. Sorry, it's thin. It's probably about 40 sheets. And then I got some plain white paper. Y'all know I'm a pocket girly also. I like all the sizes, but this is for my pocket. And then this is a blank weekly. Again, no, all this stuff is undated. So my intention was I'm only going to be buying undated inserts going forward for my ring planners, because unless they're free printables, because the only way that it makes sense for me to have both a pocket Filofax or a pocket ring planner and a personal size ring planner is that I can switch from one to the other when I feel like it without wasting a dated monthly or a dated weekly. I don't want to do that. And I think the only way to make ring planning work with other multiple different sizes is by using undated. So I'm only going to be buying undated. That's just it. So this is really pretty. So now I can just stamp my date in there. I can write it in. Super easy. And this is just a general week on 2 pages type of situation. And then I got an undated monthly, which is super cutesy for the pocket. Look at that. I mean, it's so adorable. And that green is just adorable. And then I also got some personal size. I got a personal size monthly. Same deal. Same cuteness. Right? So this is for, you get 20 of these. So this will last for almost 2 years. I got 2. So I'm in this to 2027, y'all. I am committed to the personal size ring planner. Okay? We're committed because we got enough for like 2.5 years. So that's nice. And then I got a weekly layout. And this is a weekly layout, but I actually got it because you could use this for just lists. It doesn't have to be a week. So it looks like this, where you put your to-dos. I don't know if you can see based on the lights. Oh my God, how do we get the light to not do this? I have to figure out my lighting. I'm sorry. But anyway, you can put your to-dos here for the week, and then each of these is supposed to be a day. And it's a two spread situation, see? Like this. But you can also just make these into separate lists. You don't have to use these for the days of the week. So I got that as an option for my Bible size. And then I got a bunch of A5. So this is where the Platter comes in, because this is the only A5 I'm ever getting. I'm not getting an A5 Filofax. It looks cute but ginormous. This is the same weekly situation, but it's bigger. So I got this just to try out, but I knew that I could use this in multiple ways. Like I could make dedicated lists. So this could be like things that I need to do for client A, things that I need to do for client B, things that I need to do for my own internal workings of my business. You know, even having like a little personal account, like, so you don't have to use it for the day of the week. That's why I got it. I also got dailies because I'm a daily girl. And this daily is super cute. This paper is yum-tastic. It's so thin. But it has the time from 6 a.m. to 11 on the side. So you can use that if you want. And then it's just a grid page, which I like because you know that what I've been doing in my dailies, which it's been a week. It's been a week. Did I clean these out already? No. Do I even have an example? No, I don't have a proper example. But what I like to do is I like to, I archived all the ones where I'm showing you. I like to split the weekly in half and then put my my appointments here and then whatever I have to do for the day there. So I would do the same thing here. Just split it in half, appointments, and then whatever I have to do for that appointment. So it's not just a to-do. It's just like, do I have to prep something? Do I have to like do follow-up, etc.? So I really like, I can see myself buying the Da Vinci dailies over and over and over and over again because they're just perfect. I'm sure somebody has made a printable of this, but I'm also like reclaiming my time. I don't want to print everything. And these were really inexpensive. Yep, see, I bought 2 packs. I think I may have bought 3 packs. No, I bought 2. And then this is another daily layout. Has a little bit more stuff going on. I'm gonna give these all a try, so you'll see them in my setup. It has the calendar on this side going down the page, a little place for open grid notes, and then a checkbox at the bottom. There's a lot going on here. We'll see how I like this. I tend to just like open space. But who knows? This might work out better. I had a similar layout that I tried in the personal size like this, and I didn't like it. But this one has a little bit more space because it's A5, so we'll see. But I'll show you in future setups. And then I got an undated monthly. This monthly is fun because it may, even though I love the Kubo and Lucy thing, which I'm still gonna try to do for next year. I got this monthly because it came with a month on one page and then it had the back. So I could theoretically write all of my client stuff on the back, plus also list out any wins or anything. So I'm gonna give this monthly a try, even though I really like the Platter monthly, the Platter dated monthly, because it's nice and large. So we'll see. But I have enough of these, and I think I got 2 of these too, so that I'm in good business until 2027. So the girl is ready with all the inserts. And again, these go out of stock and I just didn't want to be caught slipping. But I'm also going to come back from Japan with everything. So I'm going to open up a little stationery store for us and get on this YouTube and pimp my wares when I get back from Japan. We'll see. But anyway, that is it. That's a lot of inserts, a lot of stuff to take in. But hopefully you enjoy the video. And I will make more. The next video coming up is just me switching up my personal now that work is here. I'm gonna reorg this, continue to love on this because I love all of this. I love it, I love it, I love it. Get some new inserts in here. So come back if you want to see me work on switching over my personal for the spring, like I did all the other covers. But I think I'm pretty set. So after I switch over this cover, then we'll do a check-in because I'm pretty set up differently than I was at the beginning of the year, which is totally fine. I'm okay with it. I am okay with it. So let me go off and catalog all of my stationery. That's my project for the next 2 days before the housekeeper comes. I want to catalog all my stationery, and so I don't buy duplicates and I know what I have. If you have any ideas for how you catalog analog, so please don't tell me to set up a Notion because I don't want to do it. Analog, let me know what you do. Okay, I want to know how you keep track of your stationery goods. As far as storage, I have a beautiful vintage secretary's desk where each of the drawers has a dedicated focus. I have my inks in one drawer, I have my traveler's notebook stuff in one drawer, I have notebooks and inserts in one drawer, and then I have, I think that's it. But everything has a place. But anyway, that's it. Enough yapping. I'm gonna go and catalog my things, and because I'm done with my work day. We're done. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All right, until next time, have a wonderful, blessed day. Bye.